Lanier, again, I'd like to thank you for coming down and giving us your remembrances of what it was like when you were one of the first tenants in the Nazarella building here at 2720 Park Street. And this is hopefully going to be something that we're going to do with some other people too. Like, I don't know if you remember Frank the barber, who used to be downstairs.
Yeah.
He's still around. He cuts my hair, and he's going to come back and give us an oral history of what it was like too, 1949.
Yeah. He went in with a crippled fella, barber, downstairs.
Well, he told me he remembered your wife bringing your son down there and
Yeah.
cutting his hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy liked to have a diaper. I had him fall in love with a diaper instead of a blanket, because you can change your diapers with a blanket. It's going to be that one the rest of his infancy.
Mm-hmm.
So he sat down in the chair to get his hair cut, reached over to the barber and snatched his towel off his belt and played with that the whole time he's cutting his hair.
That's right. Well, now, were you born in Jacksonville?
Yes. Old Riverside Hospital, March the 29th, 1918. World War I was still going on. And I lived in a house. It was an apartment house, but it was just 2 floors. We'd call them a duplex these days. And I can't remember the name of the cross street, but it's on that, almost on the corner there. One further down than, I can't remember.
Goodman, maybe?
Is there Stockton and then who?
Well, we've got Bars, Stockton, I think there's Copeland or Osceola.
Yeah.
Osceola.
Yeah. And then one more block, and that's where I was raised. We lived there till I was 4. So I remember this neighborhood only up to 4 when I moved out of here as a place where I lived.
So where did y'all move after you were 4?
To Pine Street, which runs parallel to St. John's, and we were just one house off the corner of Pine and Dancy.
Okay. Well, now, do you remember this property when it was vacant, 1927, where they built the 1-story building on the corner?
Some of it, I remember there was a milk place that had their office in a milk bottle, a big milk bottle. And they built that to where they sold milk from there.
Now, that was on
Park
this corner?
On Park Street, right up there, just before it begins to bend.
Right. That would be on the south side of Park Street?
Yes, sir.
Well, do you remember when they built the 1-story building and put the street lights in on the corner?
Yeah. I even remember when they started and built the Baptist church over there.
That was about, what, 1926?
I think that's right.
So you'd have been about 8 years old.
Yeah.
Well, they built the 1-story building in 1927, if I'm correct.
The drugstore.
Yeah. And of course, we ended up, David Hansford drew a picture of how it looked. And if you can look around, you can see the picture right here of how the corner building looked when it was built. It was a Bennett drugstore was on the corner.
Started off as Bennett's.
Yeah. And then the Highway Delicatessen was immediately next to the drugstore. It was the second store down from the corner parking of, second store down from the corner. But that's how we envisioned how it looked in 1927 when the 1-story building was finished.
That's about right.
But tell me about the lights. What do you Those lights were every 20 feet. Was that unusual in Jacksonville at the time? Or what?
Oh, I guess so. I have no idea where anybody else's lights were. But that's when it got the name, the Great White Way. Those lights started at Post and Park, up down in Five Points. At where the Presbyterian Church is now. They came through the business section and out this way to King Street, I think. And they were lighted at night, and that's when it picked up the nickname, the Great White Way, after Broadway in New York.
Well, Mr. Nasrallah, when he built the one-story building in 1927, he put those streetlights in approximately every 20 feet, which was an unusual thing to space them that close together.
I think on the property down from here to Five Points, it was a little further apart.
And he called this White Way Corner, and they put on the corner where it's sheared off and where that door is, the entrance into the drugstore, they put a tile, and they have a logo that says White Way Corner. Of course, that's David Hansford did a drawing of that logo over there. So that's what is, and it still is on the corner to this day.